I wonder if it's just me, but every autumn, beginning of September, and then on, I tend to have a lapse in discipline. I tend to take things more casually and easygoing. Every September. Apologies for the bump on my head, by the way. It looks horrendous, doesn't it? Anyway, for the last couple years, I've actually been observing how I am at particular times of the year. You know, I take a great interest in astrology, etc., and how it affects us on a personal, day-to-day, bodily level. And one thing I've realized lately in the last few years is that at certain times of the year, I'm more enabled to be disciplined than at other times of the year. Now, of course, disciplined would be relative to anyone listening to this and completely subjective. When I'm talking about discipline, it could be anything from habits to the way your mind works, so use your imagination. But around autumn, I tend to be less disciplined than I would take myself for. And it's funny that they call autumn the fall, the falling of the leaves. And to me, it just appears that there's more than leaves falling. There is I wouldn't say integrity, but there is a force within me that allows me to be disciplined and to be controlled to a certain state that I cannot utilize or seem to utilize during September, October, November, and especially Christmas time. And obviously, when you do think about the astrological aspects, of course you can blame the astrological aspects for the manifestations, i.e., special days, special events, festivals. And at this time of year, if you think about Halloween, you think about Christmas, you think about all sorts of other things, depending where you are in the world. Of course, you would then think, well, I am more likely to be less disciplined at this time than at other times of the year. But I don't think it's that straightforward. I don't think one can say that they're less disciplined because there are things happening at a certain time of a year and it's a festive time of a year. Why is it a festive time of a year at that particular time of the year? That's the sort of question we need to be asking. I don't know if anyone else out there in YouTube land knows what I'm talking about, but for me, and I'm a September baby, I am an autumn baby, so that also I'm sure has something to do with it. But just for your interest, if you are interested to hear, I've learned in the last couple of years too, that same period of time, that I am my most disciplined and most enabled to live a controlled hermit life and in the summer months, June, July, August. That's when I tend to be easily able to to be super disciplined. And I wonder what that is. I'm sure there are people out there who do astrology certainly more disciplined than I do that probably can tell me what that's about. But yeah, I basically am more disciplined in the summer, and then in the fall, I fall. So that's interesting. Apart from that, really, there's nothing else significant. So it's just summertime, it comes to a climax, my discipline, and then by autumn it's exploded. And then it starts to build up again. So isn't that funny? Just like the seasons and the cycles of them, things build up and fall and start over again. And for me, that seems to happen in summertime and autumn. So let me know what sort of experiences you have in terms of your discipline and just your general state of being at certain times of the year. I'd be interested to know. Thanks.